welcome to this course. In this course, we are going to learn full DSA, covering each and every topic and with practice questions. Cautions. See, learning is a step-by-step process. It takes time. If you have patience and discipline to learn DSA fully, so let's get started. And the real truth is, DSA is not a topic or a course which can be done in just like one day. No, it's not possible. You need practice on that. Practice, practice, practice. Okay, guys, let's start. So what is DSA? It's combined of 3 alphabet letters. Okay, let's divide that. What's D? Which is known as data. Data, what is data? Which can be anything which gives an information to us. It can be named as data. What is A? Algorithm. Algorithm. It can be a solving procedure or a step to solve a specific problem. So what does structure means here? Okay, well, so data structure. Yeah, now you got it right. So it's completely dealing with how we have to arrange a data or structure your data with an algorithms. So we are going to learn algorithms to arrange data in specific structure. Okay guys, so with a real example we can understand that. See, before it's our current situation, like you know programming well but you don't know the DSA. So this what it looks like if you have a well programming skill but you don't know how the DSA, like how to arrange your data. And after this course we will be in this stage, like neat and clean data structure. So let's move on. So in this course we are going to cover this, I think 21 topics. Let's ignore this overview which is like what is we are going to study, which we already did. So these are 21 topics. I hope we will finish it by 1.5 months, maybe. Yeah, maybe greater. We are also going to practice some questions. So let's move on. So for the first one, we are going to cover the Python basics. Okay, Python basics. So the first thing we have is sequence, selection, and iteration. Okay, don't offend this. Okay, these are the simple sentence which is normally used in programming languages. Sequence, what is that? Execute like blah blah blah. Just leave it. See, sequence, it can be an order like 1 2 3 or 3 2 1, A B C D. The order which their code executes, right? Next, selections. Selections may be like you're choosing something. And iteration. Iteration can be a cycle. It is known for a cycle, like a loop. We live in a loop, right? We wake up, ready, office, then again back home, then sleep, then wake up. Yeah, it's like a loop. So the loop, the steps we are doing again and again, it can be named as iteration. So let's move further with an example. See, sequence. 1 2 3 4. We completed a task, move to again. We completed a task, move to again. We completed a task, move to again. But we can't move directly to the down. We can't do that. So we are going a sequence 1 2 3 like that. We are choosing an option. Like for a student, which course you are going to choose? Which course you are going to choose? There may be a plenty of options, but you should have to choose only one. In that case, we name it as selection. Okay, what is loop? Our human life. A loop, right? So let's go further with a more example. See, we have a plant. The plant can't grow suddenly to this, right? It can't be happened. It is impossible. So we have a sequence. Sequence, leaves, stems, like yeah. So I have a question. Like we have a like series of number which has certain patterns. 1 2 3 5 8 13 21. So here's the homework. Name this sequence. What this sequence is called. Comment me below. Okay. So what is selection? For example, I'm explaining. Okay, an interviewer, for a programmer, for a developer, it's a main loop. Like you observe something, you build, you test. Again, you have to like you have a loop, right? We are doing step again and again. It is called iterate. Okay, so let's move further. We have expressions and evolutions. Let's go see what is expressions. See, an expression is a code that proceeds a value. Just leave it. Just leave it. Okay. So we have 2 plus 2. What it means? It's an arithmetic expression. Like we have a arithmetic expression 2 plus 2. Like we have a boolean which has a 5 is greater than 7, which is a false. Like it can't be true. Which can't be true is always a false. Okay. Next we are having evolution. See, don't think of that evolution like creating something new from an older version. No, here the evolution means calculating the value of an expression. Like we are having a process. Just imagine we have 2 plus we add this, then we add this, we get 6. Process, the step, it is known as evolution, right? Okay, and the whole expression, sorry, whole thing is called an expression. I hope you understand. Okay, so let's move further. This is an variable. See, just imagine your math class. The teacher always says us to find an x value, right? So same thing. For computers, it is necessary to store a value. So where will we store? See, computer has a large, huge number of storage, and it has a unique address. Okay, guys, variable, types and state. Okay, what is a variable? A variable stores information state. Okay, here what is state? The value. And what is a variable? It is the variable, the address. Okay, what is this expression? It is also an expression. Okay, it is an expression. What is saying? See, you have to store a value of 10. Okay, it's a number. You have to store a value of 10 in this address. But the address name is not X. Numerical, like combination of numbers. We have like that. Okay, so we have a number which is named as a variable. If you have a web, it is also it has a unique IP address that we can't remember an IP address. So they given a name like Google address, like google.com, email, Gmail. Yeah, same thing happens here. We are creating a empty space. We are naming it as a variable and state the value. Correct? So what is this type? See, here we are having a 10. 10 is a numerical value. What do you mean by numerical value? It's the type of the value, which can be float, which can be decimal. Now float here means decimal form. What is Boolean? Boolean, it's 1 and 0 or true or false. Okay, true for 1 and false for 0. String. We have quotes. Anything inside this is a string. Type. So we don't know. We already declared a value like a variable. We don't know its type. So in that case, we will use type. We will in our practice section to check a variable's type. Yeah. So variables refers objects which have. Like here, we are comparing with a real scenario. Like we can't say that variable is a storage address like that. No. So we are referring a real life example, which is identity, memory address. As I mentioned, memory address. It is identified by an alphabet, which is more easy rather than remembering a numerical value. Changeable. What it means? You have certain value like x, right? 9, 10, right? You have certain values. If I say you have remembered something which is wrong and you have to change that and remember it, you can do it, right? But in computer system, it has some conditions. We name it as mutable, which can be changed, and immutable, which cannot be changed. Test identity, like equal to test identity, which is a comparison operator. We will see it further. What is an operator? Ability. What is it means? Which can change its value. And immutable, which cannot change its value. Like list can change its value, but in terms of string, integer, and tuple, we can't change its value. Right? So let's go further. Okay, guys, practice time. The next one. What is we are going to declare a variable? Like we are going to store data into an R storage system, right? So it can be an X, or it can be an address, which is address, right? So we're going to store it as like A, which can be done as this address. Yeah, cool. That's it. So we're going to run manually. Okay, we are having an A. So now, what's that type means? This type address, right? Rules string. Right. If I change this value as 1, so now we get integer. If I change this as 2, now we get a boolean. Got it? We have string, integer, boolean. And what is this float? Which is nothing but 1.0. So it should be an float. Like the decimal point, it's a float. Right? We know how to do that. So now there is a tip. Like, do you want to see where it is stored? Simply type ID. Sorry, ID. Address. Let's delete that. Okay. So click. So we have an address, right? Just note that, and we are going to change the value. It's so fun playing with computers. So now you can see the value has changed. Why is that? See, we already changed the value, so the value has changed. So we are declaring another value. As we close and rerun the program, it is changed. It is changed. Like, see, now the address is not changing. Why is that? It is the same value where we stored. And if I change that, like inside the string, again A. So now, what will be the address? It will be changed, right? It will change, yeah. See the last digits come in front of. Like we are having a 81 and here is a 90, right? So it is changed. This is how it works. Like we see the variable. What is a variable? State, the value. This is called an operator, right? Which is assigning, like a dealer. This is your guest. Just keep here. Call keep here. Okay. We saw type function. It is known as function. We will discuss that later. And we also come to know how to see the address. Method is like print file lines using print statement and of different data types. Like you have to practice it, how it is working, like where it is storing. Okay. So another thing, we are going to change something, the mutable and immutable. We are going to see that. Okay, let's see it now. So we are having a list. List is nothing but a square bracket. Inside the square bracket, we have a collection of values. Like we are having a value, right? So if I try to change a value like 0, which is indicated as 1, like we are mentioning 1, 0, 1, like that. Okay, sorry. Yeah. So we are changing the zeros, 0th place element as 0. So let's print that. confirm whether it is changed or not, right? So let's change that. Yeah, it's changed. Okay, what about a tuple? Tuple is equal to, tuple is nothing but, instead of we saw square bracket in the list, we have a single bracket. So we have same as 1 and 2 and bracket 8. So we are going to mute it, like we are going to try to change that. Like same method, 0 is equal to 3, right? So tuple is an immutable. Let me mention that. Let's prove that it is immutable. Tuple, yeah. So let's run that. So what we see, an error. Why? Why? Does not support assigning. Like we can't change an element or a data inside tuple 1. It is assigned. Got it? It is the difference between immutable and mutable. Here we can change the value, and here we can't. Got it? So let's move to our slide. Collections are data structures that store multiple values. Like for example, your backpack. Like you store different types of books, right? Various subjects of books, but it is called as book, right? We have let's take that book and replace with the data. In your bag, you are storing a collection of data. That's the point. So we are going to see the data structure, okay, in our next video. So for that, you have to click that bell icon. At least click the bell icon. Python keys built in collections: strings, immutable text sequence; list, mutable ordered sequence; tuple, immutable ordered sequence; dictionary, key value mappings; and sets and ordered collections of unique items. Okay, guys, we are going to see a deeper on these topics in our next video. So thank you, and stay curious and stay connected, and don't forget to subscribe and like and click the bell icon. Okay, guys, thanks for watching.